Coming to you from Creekside Golf Club in Salem, Oregon, it's Sunset in Salem, a daily recap of the 62nd Annual NAIA Men's Golf National Championships. Now here's your hosts from the Creekside Clubhouse, Mark Colachico and Justin Herr.
And welcome to Sunset in Salem, a 2013 recap from the NAIA Men's Golf National Championship. I'm Justin Herr alongside Mark Colachico, and it's day 4. We are all wrapped up from here, and we finally have a champion on the individual side and on the team side, and let's get right into it. We'll start with the team first. On the team side, the championship went to none other than Oklahoma City. They led the whole entire way.
Yeah, and it was a runaway, really. I mean, they won by 28 strokes. They went 4 under. Next closest team was 24 over par, which was Texas Wesleyan, followed by Cal State San Marcos at 29 over. Grandview was at 30 over, and Bellevue University out of Nebraska wrapped up the top 5, and they were at 32 over. So yeah, as you said, Justin, it seems just like a runaway win for the Stars. 9 titles in the last 13 years, so really it's a dynasty.
Yeah, and for the Stars, they also got their first individual champion since 2007 in Sondre Runold, who came in at -4. He won the tournament, and big-time win for Runold. He was actually -5, I should correct that, but a big-time win for Runold as Oklahoma City sweeps the whole thing.
Yeah, they did. They swept not only the team title, but also the individual medalist. So it was as you said, it was just a runaway win for the Stars all over. And so it's just one of those things that Sondre was out on the golf course in the very final group that played, didn't know where he stood. So it's kind of a interesting type of feel is when you're coming down 18, a lot of times in the PGA, you know where you stand. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, Sondre did not want to know. All he cared about was the team, and that just shows what a character guy he really is.
Well, and he showed it all week. He was consistent all week long, and he really played well. One of the only guys that was really in the top 4 all week. We saw Anthony Marchesani up there. Adam Loran was up there as well, a couple other guys, but it was always Runold in that top 4, and he was able to, at the end, the last day, assert himself and get that first place trophy.
Well, and one of the big things was on the back 9. He actually came from behind.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Loran from Cal State San Marcos, who he was playing with in the same threesome, he actually took the lead at one point, went out with 4 birdies in his first 4 holes. So he went as far as 7 under par, and he actually came back to the field once they got to the back 9. I actually had an opportunity to walk with those guys from 9 over to 10, and then watched them play 10, 11, and 12, and you could really see the difference right there. Even though Loran had the lead at that point at 5 under par and Runold was right there at 4 under par, Loran was starting to struggle, and it really showed. As I said, I had a chance to talk to Sondre after his round, and he talked about the back 9. He birdied 12 and 13, then again on 16 got a birdie, gave 1 back on 17. As he said, it was a tough putt. He didn't read it properly. He thought it broke right, and it stayed pretty straight. So Loran had a chance right there to get back square at that point coming into 18. And Sondre, as I said, he had no clue. He said that
you'd think you'd want to know, on the back 9 where you're at on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and
especially if you're near the top.
Yeah, and I personally, that's what I would want to know. But all he cared about was his team, and that was just such a class act, as I said, by Sondre, and then also by his head coach Kyle Blazer. Head coach Kyle Blazer, he knew where Sondre was coming up the 18th, and he kept it to himself. So we're going to go ahead at this time. I had a chance to talk with both head coach Kyle Blazer and individual medalist Sondre Runold after today's round. We'll go ahead and check out that interview at this time. Blazer, first off, congratulations.
Thank you.
How's it feel? 8 was great. Is 9 divine?
I'd say so. Outstanding feeling. Guys really fought hard this week. We had 4 guys that really stepped up. Unfortunately, Oswin didn't play as good as what we would hope, but I had some great leadership step up and take care of business this week.
4 guys in the top 10. Is that what gets it done?
That helps a lot. Yeah, it's awesome to have the guys step up. You always hope, pray, plan for guys to play well when it counts, and we stress peaking at the right time, and sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. And I think the guys really, we peaked at the right time.
And saw you following Sondre most of his round. At what point did you know that he had the medalist locked up as well as you having the team championship locked up?
Well, I think on the ninth hole, I saw some of the teams struggle a bit, and I figured that we had it locked up. I saw Sondre make a bogey or two, made a bogey on 10, and I decided that I'm going to walk with him and try to calm his nerves a little bit. He made a good putt on 11, and didn't go in. Next hole he birdied. He went birdie. Stuck it close on 14, which is a tough pin. We missed that putt. Same thing on 15. I mean, we were just talking about the birds and the bees and just everything else, and I think it relaxed him a little bit, and he just started hitting great golf shots.
Talk a little bit about Sondre just from a personal level.
I got a text from Clark Collier, who played in this championship last year, and he's won a couple championships, and he called him the most selfish player he's ever been around. He puts team first. Sondre, we're walking down the fairway, and he did the team win. He had no clue where he stood, and all he cares about is the team and his teammates. He's one of the finest young men I've ever coached.
Talk a little bit also. You walked with him, as you said, starting on 10. Did you know that he had a two-stroke lead coming in?
No, he didn't have a. Well, last hole I did. I let myself worry about that, and we talked about a bunch of other things, but yeah, I knew he had a two-shot lead, and it's unfortunate for Adam. Adam had a go at birdie on 17 that would have made it all square because there's one shot on 17. Sondre missed a short putt that he started it outside the hole, and it stayed pretty straight. So that, and then Adam chunked one. Adam's a great kid. So was Aaron. Those are two outstanding players, and they're both class acts. So I was happy to see them in the mix too, because coaches, you respect the kids around the country that do it the right way, and both of those guys do.
Talk a little bit about Coach Heaton. You had him introduce you into this year's Hall of Fame. A good buddy of yours. His team came in third place.
Right. Yeah, Coach Hutton and I met in Arizona. He was new to it, and we kind of hit it off. He's been to Oklahoma and stayed with me, and I know his family. He knows my family, so we've become very, very close. And he's an outstanding coach. He does things the right way, and he's got a bunch of good kids, and I love him to death. He's it's one wonderful thing about Coach, and you get some guys that you trust and you really enjoy being around, and he's one of those guys, and he's got a good future in front of him.
Pretty banner year for you. Banner a week. First off, started with the Hall of Fame, then your team wins the team title. Sondre takes home the medalist, and you win the Coach of the Year.
I don't know. You could have scripted any better. I guess going in the Hall of Fame means I'm getting old, and Sondre winning, what a storybook career for him. And the team stuff, that's outstanding for us.
2 years in a row, Coach. Do you hope they come back here to Creekside?
Yeah, I love the place. Regardless of the weather, it's kind of like it here. It's the staff's been outstanding. There's been 2 cart girls. I don't know what time they get here, but they're out filling divots behind us. I mean, it's a first-class event, and you guys have done a wonderful job here. I've been to a bunch of them, and we had spotters everywhere. We had scores and a lot of volunteers and a lot of work that's unseen, and you guys did a wonderful job.
Well, Coach, congratulations and thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
NAIA champion. How's it feel?
Feels good. I think the team champion feels extra good. The individual is kind of just a bonus.
You swept both the team and the individual, as you said. Team feels a little bit better. Talk a little bit about your round today.
My run today started off a little bit sketchy, a little bit like my run yesterday. Didn't hit my driver or my irons that well, and my putting and my chipping was a bit sketchy, but I managed to score decently, and the round picked up a little bit towards the back nines.
Last tournament of your collegiate career. Little bittersweet?
Not really. I'm always looking kind of towards the future and stuff, so Of course, I would love to enroll as a freshman again and just do it all over again, but there's only sweet feelings right now, so especially with the championship title and stuff, I don't have any bitterness right now.
And then talk a little bit about this year. From what I understand, is this your second tournament win?
Well, I've had a tied first, but I lost in the playoffs, so it's a win for the statistics, but personally it was, you know, it was kind of a loss. So, but yeah, this semester has been good. I've had good falls all 4 years here, but my spring schedules have been a little underperformed, but this semester was a bit different. I've had a couple of good finishes. That tied first was pretty happy with, and then especially now this one, so just to round it all up.
And then talk a little bit about your back nine. You birdied all 3 par 5s, had a little bit of a hiccup on 17. Can you kind of give us an idea of the 3 birdies and then just a little bit of the hiccup on 17?
Yeah, the back nine kind of starts off with 2 holes you just need a par on, and then 2 par 5s coming up. They're both reachable. I went for both of them with a 2 iron on the first and hit that just to the back edge of the green. Just an easy up and down for birdie, and then I hit it on the green within 30 feet for eagle on par 5 13. 2-putted that for birdie. Then just do 2 more pars before the next par 5, which was a 4 iron in. Hit that in the greenside bunker, made a good up and down for birdie. And then on 17, they tucked the pin back right, and they had the right tee boxes, and I hit a big draw. So for me, that was kind of a really hard pin to get to, so I kind of overdrew it and ended up just left of the green and chipped it up to a putt I should make. And so I was kind of mad at myself for missing that short putt there, but finished off with 3 good shots on 18, so had actually a good look at the birdie, but happy with the par in that hole.
And then talk a little bit about after that final putt dropped.
Well, it's hard to say. I didn't know I won the individual. I didn't know if I was 1 back, 1 in front, or if somebody had gone, you know, 63 and beat me by 5. But I knew we won the team championship, so I was just, you know, expecting everyone to come out and kind of applaud and hug and stuff on the 18th green, which we did and stuff. And coach told me I also had the individual. That was, you know, that was a little bonus, and I could see my parents especially like that part too, because they, you know, parents want to see their kids win.
Talk a little bit about your family. You got your mom and your dad and your sister here all the way from Norway. How does that, taking home the medalist, how does that, is that just extra special?
It must be really nice for them. You know, it must be much more nice for them to see me finish around the top, or even, you know, first place, than to see us win and me finish, you know, 30th or 40th place. We'd still win on the team, and I'd be happy for that, but I think it's a little bit extra special for them to see, you know, see their own kid go a little bit higher.
Well, thank you, Sondre, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Our thanks to Kyle Blazer and Sondre Ronald as they took some time to go ahead and sit with us after their match, after his match today. Ronald and after Blazer watched his team win a championship and Ronald win the individual title. We'll go ahead and take a timeout right now on Sunset in Salem. We'll be right back. We've got a lot more from Day 4 coming up.
Celebrating 75 years of respected higher education, Corbin University in the heart of the Willamette Valley invites you on a journey of discovery of who you are and what you will become. Corbin is a welcoming Christian community known for its solid academic foundation that is taught from a biblical worldview. Discover a unique opportunity for career development focused on strengthening families, community, and society. Your journey begins at Corbin University.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org.
The Cascade Collegiate Conference, proud members of the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. With member schools in Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, student athletes enjoy the balance of exceptional academics and quality athletic competition. The Cascade Conference offers championships for men and women in soccer, cross country, basketball, golf, and track and field, as well as women's volleyball and softball. Outstanding fan support, a sense of community, and a commitment to servant leadership can be found within each department of athletics. Established in 1988, the Cascade Collegiate Conference has a rich history and continues to be ranked among the strongest conferences in the NAIA, with countless national appearances and multiple individual and team national champions. With a blend of private and public institutions offering a wide array of degree programs, athletic opportunities, and extracurricular activities, conference schools are committed to the overall development of their students. Visit cascadeconference.org. The Cascade Collegiate Conference. Exceptional academics, quality athletics.
And thanks for joining us on Sunset in Salem, a daily recap from the 2013 NAIA Men's Golf National Championship presented by For Salem. Justin Herr alongside Mark Colachico. And we're all wrapped up for the day. And we've got to talk about some of the international flavor that was out there this week. And you're going to talk a little bit more about that. We had a whole bunch of international guys.
Yeah, and as you say, it was one of those that out of the top 15, we had at least 7 guys that were from outside the United States. So as you said, a lot of international flavor out there on the course this week. We had a chance to talk with Sondre Ronald's dad and sister. His dad is Joachim Ronald, and his sister is Magda Ronald. They came all the way out here from Norway. They came out for his graduation a week ago, and then decided, let's go ahead and leave the Sooner State and let's come up to the Beaver State and follow you throughout the week. And so they were here to watch him, and we're going to go ahead and listen to what they had to say about Sondre Ronald's play this week here at Creekside Golf Club.
I followed Sondre for 4 years on internet, and we wanted to go and follow him this last tournament. He's been golfing since he was 6-7 years old. Well, he have a good coach in Stavanger, PGA coach, and of course I have taught him some tricks. He actually aimed at me yesterday and hit me with this long drive, so that's one I'm not taught him. So, well, I didn't follow him the first day, but I followed him the second day. I see that he is a little bit short on the putts yesterday and so far today, but he's looking to have a great time. He has played 4 years for Oklahoma City University. He just won his first tournament at the TPC San Antonio, I think it was in March, and he is in the if he's finishing in the top 10, I'm really satisfied. Yeah, it's a great course, and it's similar to some of the courses in Norway. It's green and it's raining, it's wet, and that's what we are. That's the normal condition in Norway.
Yeah, we started out as junior players, both of us. I didn't have the patience, and he did. So yeah, he's a great brother. I've missed him a lot these past years, so I'm also very happy to have him home, and very proud to see him doing well in the tournaments.
And a big thanks to Joachim and Magda Ronald, and congratulations to Sondre Ronald on winning the individual championship here at the 2013 NAIA Men's Golf National Championship. We're going to take a break right now. We'll come back with more on Sunset in Salem.
Sigh.
Hey, ergonomic desk chair. Something wrong?
I'm useless, bed. With Red Lion's improved wireless internet, I never get sat on anymore. People just work on their laptops wherever they feel most comfortable.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't been emailed from in days.
Guilty. We were driving from Portland to California for a bike race when a tire went flat. We limped into Les Schwab, but it was closed for the night. Hoping for some good Les Schwab mojo, we began changing it ourselves. Just then, John appeared and reopened the store. He quickly assessed that all the tires were about to go and got us a new set so we could make the race. Super John deserves a medal for rescuing our road trip. I'm Kim Brown, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
And we're live from the clubhouse at Creekside Golf Club for Sunset in Salem, a recap of the 2013 NAIA Men's Golf National Championship. Alongside Mark Colachico, I'm Justin Herr. And as day 4 is wrapped it up, we have champions Sondre Renaud on the individual side, and on the team side, it's Oklahoma City taking their 9th championship in 13 years. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. They led throughout the tournament as we wrap things up here, and it just did not seem like they were ever going to let it go, and they did not. Texas Wesleyan made a comeback yesterday, but today fell back, and Oklahoma City was able to just kind of walk to that championship.
Definitely, and as we said, Oklahoma City is the team champion. They ended the tournament at 4 under. They were followed by Texas Wesleyan at plus 24. Cal State San Marcos was 29 over par. Grandview at 30 over par, followed by Bellevue, Lee, Our Lady of the Lake, Faulkner, and University of Cumberland's and Johnson and Wales out of Florida. Those were wrapping up the top 10 teams. So packed leaderboard really after you got past Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Before,
it was really a battle for second and third is what it really ended up being, especially after day 2 when we saw how big of a lead Oklahoma City took.
Yeah, and Oklahoma City took home the team trophy, but those next 3 teams, Texas Wesleyan, Cal State San Marcos, and Grandview, also got to take home a little bit of hardware, so they're not leaving the capital city of Oregon empty-handed, so it feels good for them.
Well, and you've got to think, too, Texas Wesleyan made such a push yesterday. It had to wear them down quite a bit coming into today, and we saw their score from today. I think they shot a plus 13 out there today, and they needed to shoot a 13 under if they were going to have any chance, because it ended up being a 20-shot win for Oklahoma City. Now, to the individual side again, it was Sondre Renaud with the win at 5 under for Oklahoma City, so it was a clean sweep for the Stars. And they actually had a couple other guys in the top 10 as well. So Oklahoma City, it just wasn't all about Sondre Renaud. As we saw, Mark Chasani had the lead the first couple days, and he kind of fell back. I think he ended up at even. Actually, he was at +1 for the tournament. So you had the individual was pretty much more of guys going up and down pretty much the whole entire time. We had more parity, I guess is what I should say, on the individual side of things.
Well, yeah, and then like you said, on the individual side, it was Sondre Renaud taking home the O.D. Bounds Medalist Trophy. So the Stars going home, as we said, not only with the championship banner as a team, but also Sondre taking home the medalist. And then Coach Kyle Blazer also was named Coach of the Year in the NAIA. So taking home at least 3 pieces of hardware. So as we look at that final leaderboard individually, as we said throughout the show, Renaud at the top at 5 under par. Aaron Flores of Our Lady of the Lake and Adam Loran of Cal State San Marcos, they finished in a tie for second, both runners up at 3 under par, followed by Michael Palmer of Oklahoma City. He was at 2 under par, and then Davis Gardner from Bellevue was the only other guy to go under par. He was at right at even, so a 288 over the 4 days. So as we look at the leaderboard individually, as I said, the top 15 individuals were named to the all-tournament team, and one of the nice extra pieces about the all-tournament team is that they get invites back next year automatically if their team or themselves do not qualify to come into the championship. So that's kind of one of those nice little extra kudos that they get for making it into the top 15. And kind of one of those that I've been watching the last few years is Julian Taylor from William Woods. As a freshman last year, he was named all-tournament. He qualified again this year as an individual medalist. So he's been here both years. It'd be kind of an interesting story if he could go all throughout his 4 years, being from England, coming overseas to Missouri.
Yeah.
So kind of nice to do that.
And he was, I think he was up there in the top 15. He was
actually,
at least close.
He was actually 15.
Okay, so he was 15. So he will be back next year no matter what.
Exactly, and that's kind of a nice thing. And another one was Matthew Latham from St. Andrews University. He actually didn't know that the all-tournament team gets the opportunity to come back. So his coach ended up talking with some people from the NAIA, was informed of that, and he said, that's going to be a great thing that I can let Matthew know. It's going to keep his spirits high. He actually came back with the low round of the day with a 4 under 68 to creep into that top 15. So a nice little story on that as well, because he was just an individual, as Julian Taylor was, and Trevor Banks from Virginia Intermont. So those three guys are definitely invited back as they finished in the top 15. So that's kind of a nice little extra piece that these guys get to take home.
Well, it was an exciting 4 days here at Creekside Golf Club. The first day we had beautiful weather. It was in the 80s. The second day, it was raining. Third day, it wasn't that bad, but it did rain a little bit. And then today, we had rain off and on, but I would say besides Monday, today was probably the best day for scoring. And that was good for some of the leaders and for the individual guys, as we really saw a good matchup all the way to the end of this tournament on the individual side. Again, we talked about the team side, and Oklahoma City just ran away with that. But it's always awesome to see, guys battling to win and to get to the top. And we saw that. Sondre Ronald, it didn't look like he was going to win that tournament today, because he was at hole 12. He was at 3 under, and then all of a sudden he had a little bit of momentum going and was able to get to 5 under and able to win the tournament. So.
Yeah, and like you say, I mean, that's really what we're all about. It's great that Oklahoma City took home the team title, but it was a runaway from the beginning. And we saw those low scores happen on the first day based on weather. I think Wednesday and Thursday, rounds 2 and rounds 3, you saw the field kind of come back to each other because of the weather. As we said, the rain came through, softened up the greens, made the fairways a lot softer, so the ball wasn't rolling as easily. And then today, you really saw it, especially when the sun was out. And that was the big thing. When the sun was out and shining, you saw those scores go down. Adam Loran started here this morning about 10 o'clock. Sun was out, not much rain, and he went out, as I said earlier, 4 under in his first 4 holes. So to go out and go birdie, 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 birdie.
You got to be feeling good about yourself.
You got to be feeling great about yourself. So to go out like that, but then he started to come back. As we have talked about a lot during the week, those teams did start on the front 9, and the staff here would attest to this. The front 9 here is the easier side of the golf course. Sondre Ronald actually said that he enjoyed the backside better because it reminds him more of home. And that's where he took advantage of this tournament. He went out on the back 9, and as we said, birdied 12, birdied 13, birdied 16, came back a little bit on 17, but then saved himself with 3 good shots and a putt on 18 to take home the title. So as I said, those teams started on the front 9, so their scores were a little bit lower. And then on the backside, that's where Ronald really took over, where he took advantage of more of something that was enjoyable to his eye, because as I said, it felt more like home, to then take home the title. And such a great guy. We've had him here on this show numerous times throughout the week. Just a class act. He doesn't care about team. It's not about him, or excuse me, he doesn't care about himself. It's all about the team, and that's just something that it blows my mind. As a golfer, you always watch on the professional tour, and it's me, and you get to something like this, and to not even know that you're the leader coming into on the 18th green,
that's crazy.
It's unbelievable, but that's what it was the whole week. And Coach Blazer talked about this yesterday. The camaraderie that those guys have is just unbelievable. That they care more about themselves more about the team than they do about themselves, and that's just unbelievable to think of.
Well, for Oklahoma City, the Stars win their 9th national championship in 13 years. for Sondre Renaud, who is also from Oklahoma City. He gets the Stars their first individual championship since 2007. Well, we're going to wrap things up here. We really want to thank you for joining us these 4 days on Sunset in Salem. We've got to say a big thank you to For Salem, to the Cascade Collegiate Conference, Corbin University, the NAIA, Creekside Golf Club, and to Stretch Internet. It was a great tournament. We really had a lot of fun. And again, we thank you for joining us here on Sunset in Salem. For Mark Colachico, I am Justin Herr, and take care.
Thanks for watching. Please follow all the action from this year's NAIA Men's Golf National Championships by visiting naia.org.